Hello and welcome to Autoportal. We are here in Little Run of Kutch in Gujarat. And what are we driving? We're driving this all new Ford Figo Sports. So the company has given this car a lot of visual as well as performance upgrades. So how is this car different from its standard version? This is exactly what we're going to talk about in the show today. So talking about all the visual updates, we'll start with the front, and at the front this car gets a nice sporty looking honeycomb grille. And talking about these peel back headlamps, they now get a black treatment just like the 15-inch alloy wheels which were earlier 14-inch and are now replaced with a bigger 15-inch alloy wheels. So also these rear view mirrors, as you can see, are fully blacked out, and you get two options of paints in the rear view mirrors. So now let's come to the top. This car also gets a fully blacked out rooftop, which was earlier not present in this car. Coming to the back, this car also gets a fully sporty looking spoiler, which will enhance its sporty appeal. So as you can see, I'm sitting inside the cabin of the Ford Figo Sports. The first thing that you should know about this interior is that it gets all the same elements, it gets all the same bits as seen on its standard titanium version. And the only difference in this interior is that it gets a really nice looking red stitching on the gear lever and on all the seats. So rest of the elements are exactly as seen on the previous car. So for full details on the cabin, don't forget to hit on this link below to get the full review done by Mr. Ashish Masih. So we're finally driving the new Ford Figo Sports. So the new Ford Figo Sports comes with the same engine as the earlier Figo, which is the 1.2 litre petrol and a 1.5 litre diesel. So the car that I am driving right now is the 1.5 litre diesel. So this engine turns about 100 PS of maximum power and about 215 Nm of peak torque. So this engine is torque abundant and it has enough power for be it the city rides or the long highway rides. So if you're driving on a highway like I am right now, you don't need to shift down a gear. This engine is torque abundant. No matter what speeds you're doing, just put your foot light on the pedal and this car will lunge forward with enough torque. So the new visual and engine upgrades have resulted in a weight gain of this car. So the company has stiffened up the suspensions. These suspensions are also a little shorter, maybe around 10 mm shorter than the previous ones. And what that thing has resulted into is that the car is now a better handler, and there is slightly more weight on the steering wheel, which was earlier not present. We did not get to take this car on the winding corners, but this car really impressed us for the kind of handling it provided on the daily city roads and even on the highways. Ford has made sure that if they are bringing in a sports edition, it should not be just about the flashy cosmetic changes. It should be sportier and a driver-centric car that does justice with its sports tag. On the performance front, the Ford engineers have tuned the suspension unit for making it as driver-centric as they can, and that means that those body movements should naturally go down while taking aggressive corners. The new setup does inspire more confidence while steering the car hard, as it holds the cornering lines well than the standard Figo. The whole suspension setup along with the torque-abundant diesel engine that we were driving makes the new Figo a good driver's car. But due to stiffer suspension, the car might feel slightly harsh on bad patches of roads. But on the engine part, everything remains the same. The car remains mated to the same 5-speed manual transmission, and there is not much change on the transmission part. Due to the use of larger 15-inch wheels and wider tire profile, the fuel efficiency on the petrol version has gone down by a tiny 0.02 kmpl, while on the diesel the mileage is down by 1.54 km per litre, which we don't think enthusiasts opting for this car would mind. The larger tires have given it more traction on the road, leading to more feedback and better steering geometry. The engine has not been retuned for more power or torque, but there is not really a need for it, as it already delivers great punchy performance throughout the rev range. The Figo comes with more engaging driving setup that not only steps up its X factor but also makes it more fun to drive. It sure is one of the best driver's car present in its segment or above, that is as fun to drive on the twisties as anywhere else. So the company likes to call it fun, dynamic, spirited and sporty, which we reckon it is. So the Ford Figo Sports might just be the car for you if you want a hatchback which offers best in class features and is tuned for fun. It's all in the show today. It's goodbye for now, and as always, drive safe.